everybody. It's me, I'm back. Just one day late this time instead of a week. I'm Amy from Amy J's Creations, and this is Flosstube number 39. Thank you so much. I have gotten several new subscribers in the last week or two. I think it may have something to do with Stitch Basel, which is fantastic. I will have some news about that at the end. Very exciting stuff. But yeah, let's just get right into it. So I had a lot of fun this week. First off, are you ready? Look how freaking adorable and teeny tiny this thing is. Oh my gosh. Look at those hedgehogs. And the little, it's like a mushroom this way, but an acorn this way. It's my first ever biscornu. I love it. I now already have plans to make more. I have a pattern to make a, that I found in the Halloween cross stitch magazine from last year, a Halloween one. I want to make, Doreen has a, oh, this is a free Doreen Jones pattern. She has a Christmas one. She has a, oh my gosh. And then Amy Loves Toads is making these biscorn nests. So it's like a biscornu, but it's like a bird's nest. They're so cute. I'm not really even into birds that much, but these little bird biscorn nests are so pretty and just cute. And I'm going to need to make those too. Okay, so Doreen Jones, you go on, look up her name on Facebook, okay? She has a Facebook group. And every Friday, once in a while, no, because something happens, and she's a human being. Every Friday, she comes out with a free pattern. Free. She has lots of patterns in magazines and all kinds of stuff, and you can buy it on her website. But she also has free ones. This was a free pattern. Now, what I like about her designs is she designs everything with a full cross, and then with the back stitch, you kind of define the thing. And so you'll see that there's like bits of color that kind of go outside the lines. Okay? Let's see. Can you... does that... Oh, there we go. Can you kind of see that? No, you cannot. That is not super clear. Anyway, but in the design, finished design, you can't tell. So they're super easy to stitch. She does them that way on purpose so that they are accessible for beginners, but they're super detailed and cute without being a lot of work. And thank you, Doreen Jones, for sharing your kindness with us. And I will admit, I watched Tiny Modernist, their instructions on how to finish the biscornu. Doreen only ever designs the top. I mean, they're free. What are you going to do? Complain, right? She only designs the top. And so what I did, knowing how I had seen other biscornus that really only the corner showed, I just stitched the corners. Now, did I mess up on this? Oh, yeah, I did, because this is supposed to be 51 stitches wide, and mine is 48. But at least the bottom and the top matched, so there's a bit more design that's supposed to go like here and here that didn't have room. But I don't care. It's freaking cute. Thank you, Doreen. Now, this other pattern is by Pickle Barrel Designs, and she released one or two of these guys as a free pattern also on her Instagram. I have all four of them because they were in her Halloween sampler, again, that was in the Cross Stitch Halloween special, Cross Stitch Magazine Halloween special from last year. And I didn't want to do the whole sampler. I wanted little ornaments, okay? So I picked these out and I stitched them. Now, as you look at these, oh, they're so cute and heartsick. Look. Sorry, herzig, that's a Swiss word. It means like super adorable and sweet and cute. And like herzig, your heart, it just like squeezes your heart. I love that term. I first learned it when my 9 week early baby and I were walking through Zurich sometimes, and people would go, "Yo, so herzig." Anyway, because she was. Anyhow, okay, so little German lesson for the day. Cute, cute, cute little devil, mummy, Frankenstein's monster, and a vampire. Now, originally, I was going to finish these as octagons to go with the other octagonal ornaments that I made last year. Yeah, I think last year, because I have them hanging up in my living room on my entertainment center, and I am a girl who loves symmetry. Okay. The first one I stitched, I left plenty of room for the octagon shape and to wrap around. The next three, not so much. When did I discover this? After I had spent a whole bunch of time cutting out the octagon shapes? Why, yes, you would be correct, after that had been done. So I now have octagons cut out for next year when I make even more ornaments. Maybe for Halloween, maybe for Christmas. I don't know, but they're ready to go. Most likely Halloween, because I wanted to match. So these guys, I had to improvise, and I just made them into little rectangles, okay? So then that's kind of boring. So then I decided I was going to put beads all around the outside. And I started doing that, and it looked dumb. It would have looked super cute on a pillow, but on these, when all you saw was like the front, because they're going to be hanging up, it looked dumb. So I took those off, and then I just attached some cording. Thank you to the awesome, ever wonderful, amazing Vonna Pfeiffer and her Twisted Stitcher and her what does she call them? Finishing School series of videos on YouTube. Look her up. Anybody who comes up, who finishes anything of their own, they've learned it from Vonna, or they've learned it from somebody who learned it from Vonna. This woman is freaking amazing. Does she charge anything? Nope, all free. Anyway, so the tutorial, I followed her cording. I do have the cording thing. And what I did is I purposely kind of left the ties down to kind of just break it up from being a complete boring rectangle. Now, you will notice here hanging that there is an adorable little bat on all of these. Amy, where did you get that bat? How did that happen? Is that a button? No, it's not a button. You see, I also used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator before when we lived in the States, and I love making cards, and I have so many supplies. And one of the things I have is a little bat punch, and the other thing I have is Shrinky Dink in black. Yes, that's right, Shrinky Dink. All you children of the 70s, it's just as fun when you're in your 50s as when you were a little kid. But anyhow, so this is a Shrinky Dink bat that I glued on there, and I purposely knew that I wanted to finish these so that there would be space above here to put a decoration. At first it was going to be a button, but my other ones have buttons, and I wanted to do something a little different. And then I remembered that I had that bat punch, so I made Shrinky Dink bats. So what started out as a total fail ended up as pretty stinking cute. Also, yes, I added all the backstitching because backstitching is life. If it ain't backstitched, it ain't finished. All right. Then my next, I had another finish. What? I know, right? This is not completely done because I hurried and shoved this in here because it's like 6:30 at night. I hope you all can see, but like it's already late. I could not wait until tomorrow. This is ridiculous. I had to get this done. So I just shoved this in here. But this is my stitch all the things finish. This was a Sal I joined in with Stitchy Sally and Frosty X Dot Frosty X Stitch, Dawn. And there was a few other ladies, Bitty Bat, and a few other awesome ladies on the Instagram. I linked them. But anyway, so I finished it like this. What I wanted to do, I know on the original finishing, it was done into a pillow, but like that's, I have pillows for other things in my stitching room. I want a whole bunch of framed cross like pieces to do with my craft. And so I purposely finished this to highlight all my favorite crafts and that require stitching. So this is a motor ribbon that comes with quilt fabric. These are some of my quilt fabrics. So this represents like the quilting. And then we've got some buttons sewed on there. And there's also crochet on there. And it was a little bit too narrow for the frame. And so I sewed on this blue. It's not totally even in here, but like I said, this is not completely finished. On the sides, because again, blue and purple are the best colors in the whole universe. These are the two buttons that came with the pattern. These three are from part of my button collection. I love having all those buttons exactly for this, so I can pull through and choose exactly the right shape and color that I want to finish it. Yeah, so I have a ton of buttons, but they're my precious. And a lot of them, like the fancy ones, of course, I paid for, right? But then I have a lot of like black and white buttons that I just have been cutting off clothes. Some of my colored ones too. But yeah, I'm so glad that I am a button hoarder, because then when I need buttons, I have them. So yeah, and this little crocheted flower using a variegated yarn. So yeah, there's that. And this is a little frame I picked up with when I was out shopping with Francisca Color Fever on Etsy, and Ina from Stitchy Ina on Instagram. We hung out together one day and went to a bunch of Goodwill stores, thrift stores here in Switzerland, and I found this frame for $3. It came with real glass, but I'm taking the glass off, obviously, because mine is a little more 3D. So there is that. Excited to get that hung up. And one day we'll have a real craft room, not just a craft corner, but it's going in my craft corner for now. Okay, the other finish, it's not cross stitch, but I've been wanting to do this for years. I bought these wooden birdhouses 10 years ago, maybe, meaning to turn them into like Christmas houses and a couple haunted houses, or at least one haunted house. And this year, finally, I did it. Oh, the glitter is from, not on the pumpkin, that came that way, but the purple glitter and the black glitter, that is from my Stampin' Up! Days. I spray painted the top, then painted the bottom, then spray painted it again, the second coat, so that it kind of gives like this gradiated look. I did that on purpose. Oh my gosh, can you even imagine? I had these little pumpkins, and as my daughter said, yes, scale-wise, it doesn't fit, but it goes with the glitter, and she likes the pop of orange, and I totally agreed. My spider web here in the corner, I crocheted that, and then I spray painted it silver and glued it in there. Inside here, I'm pretty sure I want to make a Fimo ghosty and maybe like a Fimo bat flying around up here. But for sure the ghosty in there, and I might make like a little spider too. But for now, because it's not Halloween anymore, for now, this is done. The back is kind of plain, but yeah. And this goes on the little table where my tier tray is. But I am so happy I finally did this. Now, I have seen these for sale. They're cute. They're super awesome. But guess what? I'm in Switzerland. We're lucky to find any Halloween stuff, and certainly not something like this. So I just decided I'm going to make it myself. Is there glitter everywhere? Yes, there is, because that is what glitter does, is it goes everywhere. Do I care? No, I do not. Have I had a sore eye for a couple days because I'm pretty sure there's a piece of glitter in it? Maybe. I admit to nothing. Anyway, there's my haunted house. I love it so much. Black sparkly things are the greatest things ever. All right. So now I told you last time that I had downloaded I had joined the haunted, I want to try to get this name right. The Haunted Library Sal from Lady, I just got the email today. I want to say it's like Lady Crow, Lady Laurel. It also says Dreaming Amelia Designs on the pattern. But anyway, if you just look up Haunted Library Sal, you'll be able to find it. So it's over now. The last pattern just came out like on Friday. And I wasn't going to start it this year at all because like I was working on other stuff. But it was so cute and it was calling to me. So I started it. Let's see if I'll put close up on my head. I'll put my project bag here behind this. All right, there we go. Ta-da! So this is the top part of the bookshelf. And yes, I did measure. There will be enough room for the staircase on either side. This is a 32 count fabric. It was a white even weave that I bought from Zweigart factory, and I dyed it myself. And so it's slightly, the dyeing, tightens up those fibers. So it might be like a 34 count now. But that's perfect. I think, I know Halloween is over, but I really like this, and I am thinking I might keep working on it. I might adopt, a lot of people do like Dark 13, where they stitch on a Halloween project on the 13th of every month. I might do that because I really want this done to hang up in the library for next year for Halloween time. That, by the way, is a great segue so into personal private life, because that's all my stitching. That's all my stitching. That's all my finishes. Plans. Well, okay, I'll talk about plans. I can't decide, guys, because I messed up on my whip go. So I thought for October the numbers were 4 and 12. Nope, they were 1 and something else. So I did 4, but I didn't do 12. Because that was my the anchor ornament, and I set that aside because I wanted to make these little Halloween ornaments and the biscornu because I was just feeling in the Halloween mood. Comes to find out, 1 was my Halloween witch, but I didn't know it was 1. I somehow I got the numbers messed up. So anyway, there's hair something. Okay, sorry. So, and the rest of my numbers, like one of them is the Halloween, like the witch now. And, what I'm trying to say is WIPCO was super fun. But here's the thing. I don't actually have that many whips. Like I start a project and I generally finish it pretty soon. And so I did WIPCO of making me start a few projects that I really wanted to do. And there are a couple things that I want to finish. One of them is my, Christmas tree skirt. That's one of the numbers on there. Well, yeah, I got to finish that this month. So I'm kind of abandoning WIPCO for the rest of the year. It's fine. I got several WIPCOs. Up until now, I had been doing perfectly, completing all my goals. I'm fine with that. I don't have 35 Haid whips that I have to force myself some schedule to meet them every year, right? I got a full thing of bunch of empty project bags over there now because I've finished everything. Well, not everything, but most of things. And so I think next year I'm just going to kind of stitch what I want when I want again. Especially because we have Stitch Puzzle coming up. I'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, yeah, that's why I'm just not sure what I'm going to stitch on in the next little bit. I got no plans. I think I'm just going to allow myself the freedom to, if I want to stitch on Halloween stuff, I will. If I want to start those, the pilgrims, the Lizzie Kate pilgrims I got from 123 Stitch, I might do that. If I want to only do Christmas stuff, I might do that. I also have Christmas cards I need to make. So like, I don't know. The next few weeks, I don't know how much cross stitching I'll have to show. It might be other crafty things, but we'll see. But, okay, so Halloween at the library was so fun. Our library is open from 6 to 8 at night on Monday nights. And of course, Halloween happened to be Monday night. So I told everybody I could, as parents would come in, as school classes would come in, I'd be like, hey, come to the library on Halloween when you go trick-or-treating because I'll have treats. And so many kids came, and they were so freaking adorable and so cute. And it was fantastic. It was just what I needed. Really fun. Because, my kids are all grown up, right? My youngest is 15. And nobody was really in the super Halloween mood this year. And even my husband, who normally goes with me to like our church Halloween party that we do for little kids, we don't organize it. Another parent does, and then we just come and help out. He didn't even want to go this year. Just too much other. It's too hard to act super happy and like everything's great when your personal life is. Our personal life is fine, but like you're having sadness with your kids and things, and it was fine. For me, it was good. I'm glad I went because it took my mind off of stuff and made me super happy and remember when my kids were cute and adorable and little, and little kids dressed up are just fun. So there's that. Okay. So now that's kind of catch up on personal life. It's not super great. I will say, I'm not going to do a Christmas letter this year. Usually I always write a little newsletter, a little blurb, 1 or 2 sentences, what everybody's doing. Some of my kids are doing great. Some of them are really struggling. And I talked to my husband about it. And he's like, let's just write Merry Christmas and call it good. And I said, all right, we'll do that. Because I don't want to lie. And I hate that when people fake stuff. So I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, some of this is like personal stuff. I can't just be like telling people my kids' problems. And I don't want people to judge my kids for the next 5 years on a not great decision they made now when they were young, right? And it might turn out okay. So and I don't want them to ever get the feeling that I'm like talking bad about them, right? So that's why I just figure, let's just not say anything. Okay. Stitch Basel. I got permission to mention 2 things. First, we have 40 people who have filled up. Signups are now open for anybody, okay? If you're willing to travel to Basel, Switzerland next year in September, you can come to Stitch Basel. Okay, we only have 50 spots. But what I mean is, if you're willing to come and you get one of the people, you take the space, fantastic. Please come. We have 40 people who signed up the enrollment, but we can take more. We're taking a waiting list because it's it's quite a few quite far in advance. They have until mid-May to cancel and get a full refund, and then we will take inform people on the waiting list. So please, if you're not sure but you think maybe, fill out the form, get on the waiting list. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. We are overwhelmed with how many European makers of floss and fabric and other notions and patterns, designers, are interested in our retreat. Really overwhelmed and surprised. The goodie bag is gonna be nice. It's gonna be really nice. And hold on to your seats, people. Are you ready? The designer of Snowflower Diaries, who makes the most adorable patterns, and many of you know her from her free patterns, but she also has lots of other patterns to sell. She is coming to Stitch Basel. And she is coming with her friend, who just happens to be the owner and designer of XJU Fabrics. XJU Fabrics. I've heard it pronounced several different ways. Yeah, you know, those super awesome fabrics that like everybody on American Flosstubes are like, oh, yay, finally we got a shipment in. Yeah, it takes a while because it comes from Europe, baby. Well, guess what? She's in Europe and she's coming to Stitch Basel. So if you have been wanting to get your hands on some of her beautiful fabrics, if you have been wanting to see it in person and to see how beautiful it is and decide, Stitch Basel's the place to be, folks. She's coming. Her and Snowflower Diaries are coming. I'm so excited. I may have started crying out of excitement. I was so happy when I found out those two ladies were coming. Like, I've stitched their designs. I've lusted after their fabric. And I'm going to meet them in person. Yeah. So, go to the Stitch Basel Facebook page. Go to Stitch Basel Instagram. And there will be a link to the sign-up form. You want to get in on this. If you live anywhere in Europe and can possibly get to Basel, which, hello, central. Switzerland is central to Europe. We get trains. We got planes. We got, okay, no boats. But you can take a boat down the Rhine and get really close to Basel. So, I mean, you know, come to Stitch Basel. You will be crushed if you miss out. You will be kicking yourself that you did not get in on the first European retreat. It's going to be epic. I am so excited. And what's going to make it most epic is all these people that I have been communicating with and that you've been talking with. We're going to get to see them in real life. Being in a room full of people who love the same hobby you do and will go on, talk about it for hours and hours and hours, and nobody thinks you're crazy, and everybody is just uplifting and, oh my gosh, that's awesome, and giving you awesome ideas. I mean, hello. Yeah, let's get in on that. So, that's my plug for Stitch Basel. Again, thank you to my new subscribers. Yay. And I hope you keep watching. And, yeah, you know what? Tell me in the comments below what you think I should do. What system works for you for working on, because both these, like this Haunted Library Cell, it's a bigger piece. What works for you to help motivate you to work on a large piece that is not in season, right? Like it's, in March, it is not going to be Halloween season. What do you do to motivate you to help you work on out of season larger projects throughout the year? Give me some tips and tricks. Because I am at heart a seasonal stitcher. And it helps me be in the mood. But there are some things that I would like to have these finished by next year. So, yeah, I guess until in 2 weeks from now, thank you so much. Check out Stitch Basel, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Cheers!